Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to bring you a couple of hauls of some sales that I picked up. Herrschners and Lion Brand. So Lion Brand I will do first, and then I'll move on to the Herrschners yarn. The Lion Brand order had a book in it, which you can see below. I will flip through that a bit and show you kind of what the book is about. You can buy that on their website. And then the limited edition yarn, I had never picked this up or tried this, so I thought I would give it a whirl because they were $1 a piece. So I'm going to start with Lion Brand and then move on to the Herrschners order. So this yarn has been around for a while. I never picked any up. I think at one point it might have been available at Joann, but I don't, our Joann does not stock anything that is newer, so I don't really go in there anymore. There's really no point. If I need something, I will order from them. So I have never seen this yarn, and I have never worked with this yarn before placing this order. These were $1 each, and I thought that was a great deal. Even if they were, you know, terrible yarns, it's still worth $1. So this is, I'm guessing, something they're not going to carry anymore because it's limited edition and they were $1 a piece. So it is 100% acrylic. This is 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 186 yards, and 170 meters. Machine washable and dryable. And color is neutrals. That's all they had left. It's a medium 4, and it calls for an I-9 5.5 mm knitting needle or a K 10.5 6.5 mm crochet hook. So the yarn is not terrible as far as the way it feels. It's actually kind of nice. It does stick to my skin quite a bit though, but I am incredibly dry at this point. We are so dry here. Like precipitation here is nil, none, 0. We have barely gotten any snow, rain, anything so far. And we are in December now, so that is really weird for us. We are way warmer than normal most days. So it is very dry here. Running the humidifier is necessary and required. So I worked a little bit of this up already. I thought I wouldn't do it on camera just because, you know, most of you have probably seen this yarn. I just worked up this little coaster to put underneath of a coffee cup or whatever. A little roughly coaster. It's not a tutorial I have. If you want the tutorial, I can do that. But it's just something I wanted to test the yarn out with, and I like it. It's good yarn. It's not, like I said, it's not the softest yarn, but it's also not, it's not a bad yarn. It's a good basic run-of-the-mill yarn. So for $1, it's fabulous, and I think it was a good buy. I did pick up several of these because neutrals are great to complement the brighter colors with, and they're also beautiful on their own. And if you're feeling rambunctious, you can also dye this with the RIT dye that is made for synthetic fibers. So I like it. It was well worth $1 each. The book I picked up is a reprint of a 1916 book. This book was around back then, and it has patterns and stitch samples like you would see it in a stitch dictionary, and it has a lot of cool things in it, and I liked it a lot. I can't show you very much of it because obviously patterns would be copyrighted and whatnot, but I'll just open up to a page here where you could see that it is a reprint of the original. So this says learn to crochet, and it is super old school. It's the book. They just reprinted it, and I think that's really cool. I had shown this or talked briefly about this in the last Paying It Forward Friday video, because I did a rendition on a stitch in here called the apple seed stitch, and the washcloth or cloth, spa cloth, dishcloth, whatever cloth you want to call it. I named mine the Johnny Appleseed cloth. So I think this book is amazing. I got it on sale, a really, really good deal. This is beautiful. This is a set with a pattern in here, and look at how beautiful that work is. Just gorgeous. So if you're looking for vintage patterns, this is the place to go. Lion Brand has this for sale on their website. Beautiful bonnet using the star stitch. That is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I think it's fun to see the sameness and the differences that we have with our art. Also, a lot of the stitches in here are ones that we use today. They're just called something different. So anyway, that was a great buy. I think it was $6 or something. I can't remember. Very nice. Called A Manual of Worsted Work Lion Brand Yarns. And it's a paperback, so I like it a lot. So I picked that up. The Herrschners order was actually 2 different orders. So I ordered the Portofino before I ordered the Willow Yarns wheels. The Portofino was one that I saw Ross feature on his channel, and this was a while back. So I was worried when I was catching up on videos that I might have missed that yarn, but I didn't. So the Portofinos, and the last time I looked, just the reds were available. The one on the left, right here, is called Blue Reds, and this one is called Reds. I think this yarn will be a lot like the Hobby Lobby yarn that I recently brought you. It looks almost identical to that yarn. I'm going to take a better look at it in just a moment. I got bags of 5 of these for $8. So the last time I looked, there were just reds left, and I will link that below so that you can look for yourself. I'm not sure if this is something they're going to continue to have, or if they're just getting rid of the stock that they do have. Most of this label is in Turkish, so I won't be able to read it, but it is 100% acrylic. It is 100 grams, 210 meters. So the yardage is more than that, and it's a marled yarn. And as the marl turns and goes, it changes and shifts colors, and you can see that just by looking at it. It's like a muted palette of sort of the rainbow, but not exactly. I thought it was just beautiful. Like I said, Ross showed this on his channel a while back, months ago actually, I think, and I was like, I need to look and see if they still have that, because I like the look of that a lot. So I'm going to grab a hook. I don't know if it says what hook you should use. It does. It says a 3.5 hook or a 4.5 knitting needle. So I'm just gonna grab a hook and try this out. Okay, so the middle one there is the Chromatic Spectrum from Hobby Lobby. This is Yarn Bee. I went over this yarn. I created a hat tutorial out of it, and I like the yarn a lot. I like it a lot. The color palette on the Chromatic Spectrum runs the same as the Portofino, except the tones are more muted and there's no white in them. So if you go to Hobby Lobby and look, they have this in quite a few colors. I think 6 to 8, I'm not sure. But this one was the one that spoke to me. I don't think any had white, but I'm not positive about that. I feel like they were all combinations of colors without white. So that is a difference here, and it also feels like a lighter weight. So this one is probably a 3 weight, whereas I think this one said it was 4. No, it says it's a 3 weight. It is quite similar, actually. So I'm gonna reposition my camera, take a look at this yarn with a hook. I have a 3.5 mm hook here. We crochet hook, in case you were wondering. Yeah, it works just like the Chromatic Spectrum. Feels identical. And it's a way better deal. So if you're looking for a better price, keep an eye out on Herrschners. The spelling of it is Porfino. And I will put the link down below so that you can take a look and see if it's available. Like I said, the reds were available, and the reds are very Valentine-y. Very nice. I'll give you a closer look at that in just a minute. Yeah, this works up just like the Chromatic Spectrum. Identical. I don't see a difference in the yarns, to be honest. The Chromatic Spectrum feels like it's a little poofier, but once I start working this, it feels the same. I like the white combined in the colors personally. Gives it a pop. This is the reds. It's a deep, deep, deep wine red, burgundy, shifting to a cherry or true red. Gorgeous. Love it. And it is soft. I love that. That is so pretty. So I hope you get some of this yarn because it is very nice. I know in the past there were more colors of this, but I had no knowledge of this yarn until I watched Ross talk about it. That's how you spell it. So I hope they keep having it because it is good yarn. The other yarn that I picked up from them were cakes, and I shared this on my community page. These are incredibly soft. I have never bought these or worked with these before. This one is called Kingfisher. 70% acrylic, 30% wool. It's made in China. 4.9 ounces, 139 grams, 377 yards, 345 meters. It's super soft. It's very nice. This one, same specs, except this one is called Cosmos. So beautiful. These were sets of 5, and they were $19.95 each. I did get a discount on them and also got $2 shipping and handling. So my total for this was $35.34. I do believe I shared that on my community page for 10 cakes, which is fantastic. So take a look. I will link this below as well. Hopefully they still have some of these. And again, I don't know if they're clearancing these out or if they were just having a great deal. I have never bought any of the wheels from the Willow yarns before, so this is my first look at them, and impression is good thus far, and I'm going to work up just a little bit of that too. The end was waiting for me right there. So it is very long color change. You can see that. There's a lot of pink there. And this calls for a 3.75, but I'm just going to use the 3.5 I have by me because I feel like this is much smaller than the Portofino, but it does say it's a 3 right there. It says it's a 3. It's on the very lighter end of a 3. It's almost a 2. You could hold these together though. With 5 cakes, you could definitely hold 2 strands together and work a project. It's a little bit rough as I'm working with it. It's got some bite to it, and that must be the wool. Very small. So I wonder what the project would end up being like if, even if you held it with another strand, like a neutral color, instead of another one of these. I wonder, you get a marled effect, but I'm wondering if it would work up better. So let's just see. I have a Caron 1 pound sitting over here of gray. So I'm going to work some up with this just to see. I feel like it needs a little assistance. It's small and it's a little, I don't know. It feels a little sad, to be honest. That's quite pretty though. So I don't love the wheels. I think I will love them holding the strands together of the wheel, or doing something like this where you just pick a neutral and then go with a project. I think this would be a great blanket worked up like this, and then you have that striping with the neutral. Yep, I like that a lot. So alone, I don't love the yarn. It's nice. I just don't love it. Alone, I don't think I would purchase it again, but with something, yeah, I would. So I don't see it as a standalone type yarn, but it does work quite nice with an assist. But that's just my opinion, and I am an expert of my own opinion. It is nice. It's very soft. Like this in the cake, it's very soft. As you start working it up, it feels pretty thin, and it just needs a little help. So I think it needs itself to be worked with or assisted with another yarn that maybe you will really enjoy working with, like an anti-pilling yarn. I have a lot of anti-pilling yarn from when Premier clearanced their bobbins. I have black, I have white, I have yellow, I have a lot. So I think holding this with white would be gorgeous. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So it was fun to pick out yarn that was really affordable and stuff that I hadn't tried before. I highly recommend this if you can get this yarn. I really do. It's very nice and worth definitely the money to pay for it. 5 of them for $8 is a steal, and I may get more. So I know that they have been offering free shipping. I think they still have one going on right now through the 4th, and today is the 3rd. So tomorrow, if I get this uploaded tomorrow, maybe you can take advantage of that. I can post that on the community page as well. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. Until next time, guys.